How's it? Welcome to the podcast. You're listening to Green Dog Blitz, hosted by Brian Anderson and Nirvana Gropius. Throughout the show, we'll attempt to control the line of scrimmage. Let's get to it! What up, Brian? How's it going, buddy? Week
Yeah.
football is upon us right now. Week 5 is in the hopper. What was the headlines?
Well, the headline is we actually are a third of the week, a third of the way through the season right now, right? I mean, I said that a couple weeks ago, misspoke, of course, but who cares? I do that all the time. Just get used to it. Yeah, man, we got some another great week of football behind us. It was another good one. We had a big one, I think, as far as a headline with a trade. Is it the first trade of the season? Maybe certainly a big one, and it's one within the same division with the Browns trading Flacco to Cincinnati. How about that? I think that's a good
Oh,
move. Good move for Flacco, anyway.
wow. And we're recording this on Wednesday evening, late into the night, Green Dog Blitz. And he has just been confirmed he will be starting this week.
Wow,
Joe Flacco will be starting.
nice.
What do they do? Just put him on a couch in Cleveland and just wheel on wheels and just wheel him across the other side of the state to Cincinnati? Is that what they did?
Yeah.
And how odd. And I think the Browns are just going to cut bait with him regardless because they had their two rookies they need to invest into. They were just going to leave him on the side of the road. So I think maybe the Bengals, like a fifth and a sixth round swap pick or something, maybe they got something for him. So, but I don't know if I'd trade him to a rival. I just wouldn't.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's not like he's going to do much damage, right? I mean, he's there for damage control. And he'd kind of get him through until Burrow comes back. But yeah, I mean, I guess they could feasibly make up some ground there. I don't know. But yeah, interesting move. I mean, the Browns are digging their way out of a hole. They've got more things to worry about than if Cincinnati's got a quarterback that can, hold them through for a couple weeks. So uh, interesting move, for sure. Yeah.
Interesting move. Super. But I thought it was weird, but to be continued. We'll see what happens. Man, Joe Flacco, zombie quarterback, can't
All
just
right.
can't go away. All right. Headline two. Let's see. Don't give up on me quarterback club. The poster boy and mascot for the Don't Give Up on Me quarterback club has got to be Joe Flacco. We just mentioned him, right? I mean, he just resurrects himself everywhere he goes. Some of these old names, Brian, Marcus Mariota, so far this season, got a win, right? He played for the Commies when Jane Daniel was out and got a win. How about Sam Darnold? He resurrected his career in Seattle. He's in Seattle now, resurrected it via Minneapolis. Don't forget about him. How about Carson Wentz? Backup, former starter, benched. Zombie came out of the ground, got a win, right? Got a win for Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
Tayrod Taylor sighting, in New York Jets. Didn't get a win, but man, he had a chip and a chair. He had an opportunity. Mac Jones, former starter, he's back this season, with the Niners. And so, long story short, a chance to start in the NFL is a resume builder unlike any other. These guys take a chance on it, and you don't know what's going to happen. And they just tread these guys a lot if they can show somewhat competence.
Right, yeah, Cooper Rush too, and for Lamar Jackson,
Great
uh,
call.
yeah, and then we'll get to another backup that is a little bit surprising in a minute here, but
Mhm.
yeah, I mean you're right. I mean these guys know football, right? They know how to read a playbook. They've got the physical ability, so if they can step in and you can put the pieces around them, and you've got enough pieces, just like the 49ers last week. They had enough going on for them where they actually won a game with some broken parts, including Mac Jones. So pretty good stuff, man. I like to see it.
Really
Never
good
count
stuff,
them out.
Brian. Speaking of
Yeah,
good stuff, doesn't that lead us to
going
the
to
next segue? Good, bad, and ugly. Take it away,
yeah.
Brian.
I,
Uh,
I've got a couple things that are good. I mean, there were some crazy plays in the games last weekend, and there was the Jacksonville touchdown stumble and scramble for a touchdown win against whoever they played. God, my mind's skipping me right now, but that was a huge win and a huge play. And then there was that 72-yard touchdown by the Arizona Cardinals, and one of those boneheaded plays. and I'll call this the good part because I think it's fun to watch, good for the fans. The guy just throws the ball before he gets over the end zone for a touchback, and it goes back the other way, and the Cardinals end up losing the game.
Yeah.
So you never know. You never count anybody out. There's 60 minutes of football. Stick around for the whole thing, right? I mean, that was pretty good. I thought there were some interesting plays.
Super interesting. And then that Jacksonville touchdown stumble, our buddy's Blake take on it simply told me stumble Rooski when I saw him. He called
Yeah.
that. But the 72-yard touchdown debacle, man, I can't see any good in that, Bri. I think I'd have to bump that down to a bad or ugly. But I hear what you're saying. Yeah, it's unorthodox plays. It's good for the NFL. It's good for the fan. I'm
Yeah.
tired of seeing these dink and dunks or, no one's thrown a 30-yard plus pass very little these days. It seems like certain teams. So yeah, and some teams can't even run. So it's like there's just a facet of some of these football plays missing. So I get it. Unorthodox plays. Let's go. Where's the
Yeah.
flea flicker? That's got to come next, right? Flea
Love
flicker.
me the flea flicker, yeah.
I do
The
too.
bad. How about the waiver wire? I mean, or maybe not the waiver wire, but the wire, right? I mean, the wire
Oh.
came into play this week in a couple different plays. I'm talking about the Skycam wire, where
Mhm.
there was a play where there was a tip ball and the ball actually went up and hit the camera, the sky camera, and that should be called a dead play. And then there was another one where in the Vikings game where it was a kick for an extra point, and it hit the sky wire, whatever you want to call it, and deflected, and it was a no good kick. But and neither of those were called by the referees, so they missed it. I mean, it's like if they're going to have these things hanging overhead, they got to account for them in some way. So, bad call for the refs on those. And finally, ugly, Mr. Sanchez. Mr. Mark Sanchez had a rough night the night before his broadcast duties in Indianapolis, where he beat the tar out of some guy. And we don't like to shine too much negativity on this show, but that was certainly a newsworthy take where he. You have to look up the story, but Mark Sanchez, dirty, dirty. I don't know,
Yeah.
uh, dirty, ugly.
What a quarterback. Didn't we have a swap in the announcing booth because of it? You
Right, that
know?
was what I was going to bring up. Backup
Yeah.
quarterback Brady Quinn. Hey, there's
Oh,
a Brady Quinn sighting. He's a
yeah.
backup in the booth. So
Yeah.
anyway, good, bad, ugly.
Yeah.
So
Super.
yeah, let's move on to
Um,
positive things here. So, what do you think? What'd you see this weekend?
I saw some fashion, baby. Compared to last week, there was some action going on on the red carpet. Spotlight Week 5. Who wore it best? Who wore it worst? Bry. Really quickly, I saw the Jets wore all black alternatives with the black helmet, jersey, and pants, all black, and the kind of a big green stripe on the black pants to keep them from being yoga pants. So good on that. I kind of liked it. Don't know if you saw it. I kind of liked it.
Yeah, I mean, anything the Jets do that's a little different is going to be good right now, right?
I agree.
So,
Cowboys and their Arctic white alternative uniforms. Lots of white everywhere, helmet, jersey, pants, and a little blue on the shoulder pads. I thought it was average.
yeah, I think you're going to be
Yeah,
seeing that from most, if not all, teams at some point this season. So yeah, it's a different look. Did they have some splotches on them? Because I remember, you remember the Cardinals had it 2 weeks ago on their
yeah,
jersey. I didn't mention it, but last week, the Bills had they were white out, whatever, but they actually
mm,
had a splotches in the middle of their helmet. So I mean, like
wow.
find the splotch on these Arctic unis. Anyway, go on.
I'd rather not. How about Houston Texans wore all black everything? It just their whole anything they wear kind of sucks, and as well as all black everything. I think too. Buck Seahawks. I think were the you talked about pre-production meeting. Both wore their throwback uniforms from 1976. Subsequently, each team was a expansion team in 1976. The Seahawks and the Buccaneers, and they both looked just awesome.
Yeah, and there was a shootout to beat, right? I mean, that was a good game, fun to watch for
Yeah.
sure.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you had a
And
you had some you had some thoughts on the Buffalo Bills in
I
your
did.
pre-production
I
meeting, didn't you?
did. My question was, I was kind of talking about looking at their uniform and what is a bill? I'm going to start. Was this named after, I believe, Wild Bill, Cody Wild Bill, right? And so, can we just call them the Buffalo Codies or
Mhm.
where's the mascot? What can you do with a bill that's a guy called Cody Bill? And then their mascot is not a mascot on their helmet. it's the name of their city. So wouldn't they be called the Buffalo Bisons, maybe? Or well, you know what? We're going to get into this subject a little bit later about name changes. I'm glad you brought it up. I'm totally confused now that I started really looking into this whole name thing with Buffalo. And then anything next season coming, or next season? How about next week, Brian? Anything to look forward to on the Red Spark?
Oh yeah, I had a little sneak peek here. We got actually speaking of the Bills, they've got a throwback, and you're gonna love this. I mean, they've got just the big buffalo. It's not like the flashy buffalo. It's like a the fat
OJ
buffalo.
Simpson, the OJ
Yeah,
Simpson
exactly.
one. Yeah,
That's exactly right.
yeah.
And then their rival this week, the Falcons, don their red helmets. So I think when you turn this game on, you'll be doing a double take to see what's going on there. And then the Washington football team goes incognito with their number helmets. A little drab, in my opinion, but yeah, take a look and see what you think. So,
Right. Nice
yeah.
segment. There we go. A little fashion for the week. Random news of the week, really quickly before we get into positive yardage. Did you know today, Brian, we're recording a Green Dog Blitz? Thank you for your listenership. Wednesday, October 8th is National Fluffin' Nutter Day. Do you know what a
That is-
fluffin' nutter is?
well, first of all, that is random, and I don't know. I have no idea what a fluffin' nutter is.
Let me get to my notes here. A fluffin' nutter is a sweet and salty sandwich made with peanut butter and marshmallow fluff
Hmm.
spread between two slices of white bread. So basically, you're looking at like marshmallow fluff marshmallow and peanut butter spread on white bread, and it can be heated or not.
Yeah. Well, if it's not too late, I might try one tomorrow. You know?
Nice. Do you have
Yeah.
any marshmallow spread laying around your house?
Well, we might have some marshmallows for, these fall nights when their s'mores come in handy over a fire, but
Yeah.
and I think throwing a little chocolate bar in there might not be such a bad move after all, you know?
Ooh,
You gotta
wow.
personalize your
Customize.
fluff and nutter.
Nice.
I don't know.
Personalize your fluffing nutter. I like it. Okay. That's funny. All right,
All
Brian. How
right,
about
man.
positive yardage? You got something for us.
Oh yeah, yeah. This was a good one. I mean, I did some research and found quite a bit. But as we know, in the NFL, rivalry runs deep, especially between our Thursday night football matchup between the Eagles and the Giants. But beyond the gridiron, two players from opposite sidelines are showing compassion is greater than victory. The Eagles' offensive lineman Landon Dixon, who's going to be out this week, unfortunately, knows a thing or two about protection off the field. The same instinct led him to set up for those who protect us. He raises money for the Montgomery County Hero Fund, which supports the families of injured or fallen first responders. He's also teamed up with Scott, and this kind of goes back to what we were talking about last week with the turf. So he partners with Scott's Turf to make sure kids across the country have safe green fields to play on rather than artificial turf. Kind of cool. And then he helps the next generation discover the joy of teamwork and sport, and helps pay for like sporting fees and things like that. And meanwhile, in New York, wide receiver Darius Slayton is using his platform to bring hope through his Left Hand, Right Hand Foundation, providing gifts and essentials to families in need, supporting young athletes, and reminding communities that help is just a hand away. I looked at some of the organizations and the people that he supports, and it's very broad and very long, and it's making a huge impact. So the two players, two rivals, one shared mission to make the world around them a better place than they found it. Because when hearts lead the way, every act of service moves us all a little closer to the goal of goodness. Yervon, that is positive yardage.
Boom. Nice work,
It's
Brian.
good stuff, man. A lot of good
That's
going
super
out there.
cool. Oh, that's really
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. If you want to dig deeper, check it out. Like you said, you laid it out there. That's great. Nice little research spot there, Brian. Speaking of a nice research spot, let's go into a no respect segment.
Well, that's the story of my life. No respect.
One of my favorites.
Mhm.
Patriots and quarterback Drake Mays. Your time. How about no respect? Last week in a huge division rivalry game against the Buffalo Bills victory, May went 22 for 30, 273 yards, 0 touchdowns, but 0 INTs. He kept the team in it. You went toe to toe with Josh Allen, and you kept your game in it with that victory. Many talking heads said that, man, this guy's not the QB to lead this team. Well, prove them wrong so far. Win, baby. Patriots are relevant, Bry, for the first time, I think, since Tom Brady was on the team. And that's a massive statement. Kind of feels like the Pats are kind of finally moving on from the shadow of Brady, and head coach and former standout Pats player Vrabel setting the tone, head coach. Let's see if they can keep it all together, compete for the AFC East title would be huge for them. Buffalo's run away with that division so much. Welcome back to Relevance, Patriots. You're my no respect candidate of the week.
Nice call. I totally agree. And I remember I mentioned last week that my son was talking about Drake Mays. He's got game. And sure enough, he does. I'll be listening to him a little bit more often. And good for the Patriots for showing up and stepping up during that game. That's one of the first nationally televised games that they've had in prime time anyway, in years. And they showed up. That was a great game. It was fun to watch.
It was great.
So.
Also, burning question of the week, Bri. Quickly, we kind of jumped into it with the Buffalo Bills. But if you could nominate an NFL team to be renamed or rebranded, what would that be? Just in my head, I kind of feel like the Bills and the Browns. You mentioned the Browns. I mentioned the Bills. They kind of stand out to us as bad names. Hard to work around a mascot with it. Kind of just not much to root around. I don't know. I also kind of dig a little deeper. I thought the Houston Texans kind of got a weak and lazy choice of a team name. Texans. They could have done something a little more creative, I think. But it is what it is. And I don't know. Buffalo. You know what? I'm going with Buffalo Bison. That's what I want to call them, the Buffalo Bisons. All right. You got a new name for the Browns?
I don't. But it shouldn't be hard to come up with something better than that.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. I just never been really big on them. So, and going back to the Houston thing, it'd be great if they could have been called the Oilers again. I mean, that was such a great name for a team, I thought.
Tennessee owns the rights to that right now. The Titans,
yeah.
And they like each other apparently, but whatever.
I know, I get it. But
and then the Brown stems from the owner, Brown, that Paul Brown, that owned the team way back in the day. So I get that respect factor. But you could do something, Cleveland Dogs, maybe because the dog, the dog mask they wear, whatever, their secondary logo, something. But all right, that was our question of the week. If you guys have a better name for the Bills or the Browns, let us know. Send it to Green Dog Blitz at Yahoo. Thank you very much.
All right, I got some other trivia here.
Oh, yay!
All right. Time for some trivia. Timeout for trivia is what we call it. All right, Yerv, I've got, I think, 5 questions. Or who knows? Maybe there's even a bonus in there. But speaking of team names, how many football teams are named after a bird? I'm going to test your knowledge here without, it's obviously a little bit of a guess, but I'll give you choices. Is it A3, B5, C7, or D8? How many football teams are named after a bird?
B5.
Yeah, man. The Baltimore Ravens, the Atlanta Falcons, the Seattle Seahawks, the Arizona Cardinals, and this week's Thursday Night Football, Philadelphia Eagles. Nice job. All right. You got one for one. What is the nickname of the Eagles' passionate fan base? Is it the Green Machine, the Bird Gang, the Philly Flock, that's PHPH, or the 12th Man?
Oh man, bro. I'm gonna go with the what was the second one you said?
The Bird Gang.
Oh geez, that just sounds so bad, but is it true? I don't know. The Bird
It is
Gang.
true. You got it.
No, it's not. Yeah.
You're looking at my notes. All right, here we go. Now, how about this? The Giants. Again, the Thursday night matchup is between the Giants and the Eagles. The Giants' iconic blue color is officially called what? Is it the Empire Blue, Royal Rush, Big Blue, or Gotham Blue?
I'm pretty sure they call their nickname Big Blue.
Gosh, man, you are on fire. Yes, I did not know that. Yes,
ding,
Big
ding,
Blue.
Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, ring the alarm. Nice. Even though
All
it's
right.
so weird when they wear their white jerseys, it's like all red below the neck. It's like a blue helmet and like red numbers and red lettering. Take a look at it, and it's like, why are you called Big Blue if you're wearing red all over your jersey? It's really when they wear their whites. It's really weird.
Yeah, funny. I'll take a look. All right,
cool.
2 more. Despite being called the New York Giants, where do the Giants actually play their home games? you want to guess it? You probably know this, but you want choices? Is it Manhattan, New York,
Yeah.
Newark, New Jersey, East Rutherford, New Jersey, or Hoboken, New Jersey?
Oh, dude.
Don't let this one
Yeah,
be the one you get
Newark?
wrong. No, no.
Is it Newark?
It's
Oh.
East Rutherford in the Meadowlands, I believe, is what they where that
All right.
Meadowlands is. But all right, and finally, what bridge connects Manhattan to New Jersey? Is it the Brooklyn Bridge, Williamsburg Bridge, George Washington Bridge, or the I can't even say this word, Verrazano Bridge?
It's not the Bronzano Bridge because you can't say it. So I'm going to go with the third one, or the Brooklyn. What did you say? The Brooklyn? No.
Brooklyn was the
The
first one. George Washington
what was
Bridge?
the
The
third one?
third,
Yeah, give me
George,
George Washington.
you got it. You got it. Nice job. All right.
Yeah,
3 out of
nice.
4, 4 out of 5, or whatever that was. Ain't bad
I'll
here.
take
Nice
it.
job. Pretty smart guy.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, sometimes smart ass, maybe. How
Well,
about
there's for sure.
at something? How about this, Bry? Thursday night football. You mentioned it. Eagles at the Giants. Giants are plus 7.5, meaning the Eagles are supposed to be winning by just over 7 points. Do you have any idea on what's going to happen on this game?
I have no idea, but no, just because any given week, and we talked about this year about these divisional games. I mean, like these teams see each other a couple times each year, right? And they know each other kind of inside and out more than any other team that they play typically. So I think a 7.5 point spread is actually pretty big, but there's also a big gap between talent or success on these teams. I mean, maybe the talent is the
Mhm.
same, but. So I don't know. I think on the road, Philly favored by 7.5. Kind of bump that up to like usually the home team usually has about 3 point favoritism, but I don't know. I just think that Philly is gonna. I think Philly's got it. I should probably rethink this a little more, but I'm gonna call Philly.
Yeah, here, I'll tell you right now. I'll sell you on it. Um, Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart, the era has started in Giants, right? No
Yeah. Oh
more
yeah.
Russell Wilson, as we know. Giants are 1-4, like you talked about talent. Eagles are 4-1, so you're looking at the bottom of the division versus the top.
Hmm.
First loss of the season for the Eagle against the Broncos last week. So they're going to probably look to bounce back. They haven't been able to get the ground game going much. I think this is when Saquon starts to take off here against his his old team too,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And I don't know. Giants, they've got some talent with Dart, and they've got some rookies they have to lean on right now with more injuries to their other neighbors' rookies. So who knows who's catching it? I think the talent's not there quite for the Giants yet. So give me the Eagles, even with the big point spread, 7.5.
All right. Yeah, I think we're in agreement. I think the whole nation is, but there's your hook again.
Yep,
Get seven and a half
7.5. They
points
can't get away
again.
from it, can they?
No.
Oh man, why do they do it, Bry? How about this? How about panic mode? What teams should be in panic mode right now? And I'm going to tell you, it's the New York Jets. Why? Only winless team in the NFL. Titans got a win last week, and the Saints got a win last week. Then there was one. New York Jets. You stink. Can you believe it? Winless. I'm panicking. And my other panic mode button is how about Arizona Cardinals?
Hmm.
They dropped the ball right before the end zone. Remember, wasn't a wide receiver, running back inexplicably dropped it. So that wasn't a touchdown, and they lost a fumble too on an INT when they caught it going down to the ground. They just lost ways to win this. They were up 15 starting at the fourth quarter and lost the game. I think this is an excusable loss. They might not be able to bounce back from. This could be the end of the Kyle Murray era in Arizona. We're going to keep an eye on that. This is not looking good for the Cardinals, not trending well. So I'm panicking if I'm the Cardinals, and I'm panicking if I'm the Jets.
Yeah, easy picking. Easy picking. Yeah, I think that did not look good for Arizona. If you can lose a game that they were so ahead at home like that, then good teams find ways to win, bad teams find a way to lose. All right, where does that leave us here now? We got
Question for you, Bry. Did you
okay.
see the altercation speaking of that Arizona game, nice segue with the head coach on the sideline reprimanding the running back on that, DeMarco, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was a
Yeah.
Blake's take. Blake's take, real quick. He said it was a $100,000 fine. Look at the video, do your own judgment on it. But his take was that's not a slap on the wrist, $100,000. My question is, he thinks that that's a pretty steep fine. My question is that steep enough? Does it fit the crime? Do we care? Should we be reprimanding coaches as well?
Yeah, my take on that is that they penalized him enough for the NFL not to step in and have to penalize them as well. And so I think that they took care of business in their own home and left it at that. So I don't know, it's we got to be careful here. He shouldn't be hitting him. He touched him as a physical move, I guess, but and he regretted it. And he's going to feel that $100,000. I'll guarantee it. But anyway, that's kind of where I think these things stand.
So it's fair enough on the 100,000. I like it. Okay. How about it is time to do an NFL parody update. Last week, 8 of the 14 games played finished within one possession, 8 points or less. So beware on these tall boy picks I'm getting ready to get into. It's time to crack and stack a four-pack, baby. We're going to pick 4 games and see if we can outsmart Vegas. Are you ready, Bri?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Let's go, baby. That's the first game.
All right, the Chargers. Yeah, Chargers visiting Miami. Chargers are favored by 4.5 points on the road. I think Miami could be in there with a panic mode as well. They would be. They fit the criteria. Let me just say it that way. But the thing is that the Chargers, they find a way to lose too. I mean, the Chargers are who we thought they were. So it's just it's a tough call, but I also think that the Chargers are up and coming. So give me the Chargers over the Dolphins. Fish out of water.
Yeah, this is this one feels like both teams are bleeding, and they need a win to cauterize the blood going on, the blood drip. And man, the drip's getting more and more. Right now, Dolphins cannot stop the run. They've got easily just a horrible rush defense right now.
Mm-hmm.
But you got major injuries to the Chargers. They just lost their top rookie running back to IR for the season. So they got a double-headed by committee thing, but a couple first, second year guys, third year guys. So we don't know what to expect from that. And you're right. Both teams need this win bad. Just give me the home team. I think that McDaniels and his team's a little more desperate. Tua needs to come alive. He's the $50 million quarterback. Show me something, buddy. And it's fall apart time for Harbaugh and the Chargers. Let's see what the fish can do. They're fish in water. Give them to me.
All right. Hey, and then just for record's sake, we're both 12 and 26. Is that right? 12-4-26. So we're just a little under 500. So, all right, let's go moving on here. Dallas is visiting Carolina. Is that right? So Dallas is favored by 3.5 points. What do you got in that?
I got a big game here because, both these teams 2-2-1 Cowboys. Remember they got that tie. And then the 2-3 Carolina Panthers came off a huge win last week. So I feel like this is kind of a big game, bigger than it seems, because Dallas, if they claim that they're going to be competing for the NFC East title, they've got to win these kind of games, And then on the other hand, easily the best game of the season, Carolina's coming off. They're at home. They're against Dallas, who can't seem to find their defense quite yet. So, oh my gosh, this should be interesting. I don't really know where to go. Give me the Panthers. I'll take the points. I'm going to go a little off script here and just see if the Panthers can keep the good time and the momentum going.
All right. I think that's not a bad pick. Are we sure the line's 3.5, huh?
Yeah, I've got 3 over here on another site. So
okay. All right.
We can go 3. Let's go 3.
Sure. Well, and that,
hell with the Vegas hook.
Yeah, we'll come up with our own odds. I think Dallas has too much firepower, and I think Carolina's is finding a way. They've tasted victory, and I think they think it's sweet and they want more of it, but I don't think they're going to get it this week. Give me Dallas. All right. So we're at odds on 2 out of 3. Our last pick of the week. No, we got 2 more. 49. We got to move it along. 49ers and Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is favored by 3. I'm just going to come out and say it. I like Tampa Bay. I think they're a huge pick for contender for the NFC. And I think that as good as coaches as 49ers are coached, Tampa Bay always finds a way to eke out a victory, and they're going to do it by more than 3 points. So give me Tampa Bay.
Brian, you got room on your back. I'm piggybacking, baby. Give me Tampa Bay.
I got
I
room.
love Baker and the Bucks has been looking great. It's a good story for backup Mac Jones in San Francisco land, but they've been getting close wins. The pendulum's going to swing back the other way. It's time for the Baker and the Bucks to go.
All right, then we got a big matchup here with the Detroit Lions and the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City's favored by 2.5 points. Like another hooker. Boy, oh boy. Detroit, man, they are a team to be reckoned with. I don't think that Kansas City has a chance with this one. I'm sorry to say, but I just think that the Lions have too much firepower. They're one of the top offenses. Maybe they are by far, actually, in the league. And Kansas City is just not going to be able to hold them down. So give me Detroit.
Wow, Brian. How about this? Here's the stat of the week on this game. The Chiefs are 0-3 this year in games decided by 6 points or fewer. Look at the line, plus 2.5, So I'm going to have to still go against that. Chiefs are a proud team. They've been in a couple Super Bowls. If you haven't forgotten, not too long ago, guys, Lions are high offensive powered, aren't they, Brian? But give me the Chiefs on a big game at home. They're not scared of these games. It's heavyweight fight. And they're home dog, baby. Give me the Chiefs.
All right. I like it. All right. So we're going to have some separation here this week for sure. All right. Those are our picks. Then we move on, baby. We move on to something that's hot and messy, right?
Whoop, whoop, all aboard. We're not talking about the Florida weather, baby. We're talking about Hot Mess Express. And guess who's on it? Cowboys, Jerry Jones, owner and GM, and his inadvertent middle finger. He claims it was inadvertent. He was trying to go with a thumbs up or some weak excuse. This might cost him some big money just for the flip of the bird. I did some research. There's a couple precedents that's been set, Brian. Looking back, Bud Adams, then late owner of the Titans in 2009, did the double bird out of his suite to the Bills sideline after a blowout victory in Tennessee. And then also current Panther owner Dave Tepper in 2023 was fined $300,000 for inappropriate behavior after he threw a beer from his suite at a Jacksonville Jaguar fan. Come on, buddy. So come on, owners. You're the first reflection of your respective franchises. These actions don't look good, Bri. Jerry Jones losing his cool and flipping off Jets fans. Awesome. We're talking about you, Jerry, not the team. You got a lot of egg on your face. Like still calling your team America's team? Come on. You guys haven't been to a Super Bowl in 30 years. WTF. Stop talking about America's team, Jerry, and start winning. All right, buddy. Let's actions on the field do your speaking, not your middle finger. You're on the Hot Mess Express.
I hate when that thing pops up on its own, too much. That's good stuff, man. Awesome. Hey, this wraps up. What is this? Episode 6 of season 4. Thanks for coming along for the ride. I hope you enjoy the ride on the Express. We're not the Hot Mess Express. Thanks for listening to Green Dog Blitz, everybody. And thanks for tuning in. If you're on YouTube, what's up? Be sure to subscribe to our podcast. Check us each week. We're always here right before Thursday Night Football. And we always want to hear from you. So give us a shout, at greendogblitz@yahoo.com and let us know what you think. Ask a question and we'll add it to the show. All right. May the best team win this week. May your team win. Good luck with that. Start each week by tuning in to the Green Dog Blitz with Anderson and Agovian. We'll catch you next week.